Hey everyone, it's Reverend Will, the senior minister at First Christian Church here in Fulton, coming to you live for our midweek devotion. This week, we're hearing a little bit from the Gospel of Matthew, the very end, when Jesus, after he's been resurrected and hung out with the disciples for 40 days, is about to leave them. And he gives them with a task, but then also a promise. He promises and says, "And remember, I am with you always to the end of the age." Now, one of the things I dislike most about our current societal milieu is all of the pressure. It seems everyone is weighed down by all that is going on. It's like we are in the deep depths of the ocean where the water pressure is most great and the air is slowly being squeezed out. There's the pressure to keep up with the newest and latest technology. Do you have the new iPhone yet? There's the pressure to keep up with an unending news cycle of despair designed to beat you down and wear you out. There's the pressure to show the world that you are successful, whether it's a parent or an employee or whatever, to show off. There's the pressure of FOMO, the fear of missing out, which pushes you to stretch yourself thin and your kids and grandkids thin. There's the pressure for our young ones to be perfect, which leads to anxiety levels we've never seen. Everyone I know feels some sort of pressure, and it is strangling our ability to be and move in the world. It's making life even more difficult than it already is. Now, I wonder if the disciples, Jesus' disciples, felt this way too, especially once Jesus departed after the resurrection. They were tasked, Jesus gave them the task of the giving, Jesus gave them the task to share his good news with the world. Jesus gave them the burden of going and baptizing and teaching. The church is to go out to the nations as a humble tutor, teaching mercy and righteousness and forgiveness and peacemaking. That's what Jesus told his disciples to do. Now, that's a big order for any person, let alone those who ran away when the going got tough and their leader was arrested, which is exactly what the disciples did. I mean, that's a lot of pressure for people who could have been taken to task for giving into the pressure and abandoning Jesus. But Jesus knows his disciples and us well. He knows their hopes and fears. And so his final word to them and to us as well is a word of comfort. I will be with you always. We, just as the disciples, are not promised success by Jesus. We aren't promised everything will go well. We aren't promised everyone will accept us. We aren't promised our efforts will get the results we hope for. We aren't promised we won't feel pressure. What Jesus promises us is that he will never leave us or forsake us. He is there in the midst of all that is going wrong, all that is squeezing us out. He is there when you swerve into a tailspin. He is there when the onslaught of horrible news leaves you feeling hollow. He is there when the pressure gets to you and you feel like you're caving in. He is there leading, comforting, and saving and resurrecting. Christ is with you. And most importantly, Christ is for you. Always. You are not alone. Thanks for joining me for this week's devotion. If you like what you heard, please like and share it with someone who you think needs to hear this good news. You're invited to join us for worship on Sunday morning. We gather at 10:30 in person and online. But if not, our benediction